Hello, everyone. Hello, 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 hello. It's good to be back again. How are you all doing, everyone? My name is Christiana. Hello, Sandy. How are you doing today?
Oh, hi, Christiana.
Can
I'm
you hear
very good.
me?
And you? Yes, I can hear you.
I'm very well. Thank you so much for honoring my invite. It's my pleasure to have you here again. I'm so happy. Thank you so very much. Greetings to everyone listening to us from different parts of the world. My name is Christiana Babatunde. Originally, I'm from Nigeria, but I live in the UK and I am a proud digital business mentor and also a proud digital business owner. And I help people, be it professionals or non-professionals, to earn online legitimately alongside anything else that they do. Okay, it is going to be a passive income. You don't have to quit your job before you can do this business. So today I've got my amazing digital business mentor all the way from Canada. Sandy happens to be one of my amiable business partner from Canada, and this is our second time of her appearing on my show. So, Sandy, can you please introduce yourself to the whole world? Thank you so much.
Yes. Hi, everyone. Thank you for the invitation first, Christiana, to invite me to your live today. And thank you to the audience. So, my name is Sandy, like Christiana says. So, I was born in Panama. So, I'm originally from Panama. I speak Spanish. I also speak French because I used to live in Montreal when I first arrived to Canada. And now I'm living in Surrey, British Columbia, Canada. I also work in the movie industry, and also I'm a proud digital business owner. Thank you, Christiana. There is a little bit delay on internet. That's why there's
Wow,
that.
thank you so very much. That was a very good one. Yeah, I could see it. Sorry about that, guys. So I've got some questions for you, and I will appreciate if you can assist us to provide answers to all of them. And my second question says, why did you started this business? I know the fact that we don't just go into things; we have reasons why we do things. So can you please tell our audience why you started this business? Thank you.
Yes. Thank you, Christiana. That's a good question.
Thank
Yes,
you.
I started this business because, like I've been looking for something. Um, well, I want to be able to retire early. So that was one of my first things, be able to retire early and be able to have a flexibility. And I was also looking for a business that will provide me that flexibility and portability. Um, because I have aging parents. Right now they're independent, and I want to be able to be with them, spend time with them, traveling and all that. But also, eventually, when the time comes, I will have to take care of them. And unfortunately, I'm very grateful for the job, the film industry. I've been working there for 25 years, but um, the hours are very long. So usually I work like 12 hours per day, Monday to Friday, and it's kind of
Okay.
hard to be able to spend family time together. I remember before when my parents were working, I didn't see them until the weekend because they either leave early when I will leave, or sometimes I will leave before they leave, and when I come back, it was very late. They were already sleeping. So I wouldn't see them until the weekend. And also, like at the time, my brother was living here with his family. And when they had, family events, I was missing on those family events because I was working. I couldn't go out of my job. And the other thing, like in terms of flexibility, if you need to request some time off, it's kind of hard, depending on the position you are. So there's so many things that a piece, like a job will constrain you to do things. And the other thing, like when I don't travel, when I don't work, I don't get paid. Okay.
Mhm.
So usually, I plan for that. I've been, like I said, I've been doing it for 25 years. So I usually, I will work like 6 months, and then I know that during 6 months I will have money to be with myself because I love to travel. But last year, so this is this is
Mm-hmm.
what happened last year. You know, the uncertainty of the world. You know, the job. You never know what could happen. So last year,
Mm-hmm.
we had a strike in our industry. And normally, you know, sometimes we do have a strike, which is like 1 or 2 months, but this one lasted for 8 months.
Mm-hmm.
So after, you know, taking some time off and you know, like it was like May, and I would say, okay, fine, you know, I'm wanna wait until 2 months, you know. So June I went to visit my brother because my niece was graduating. And then when I came back, it was July came, and then the strike was continue. And then I read that you know the strike could go until next year, so this year February. So I said, okay, I gotta look for something because you know. So then I started to look for different jobs, and that's when you know I was able to find this. I found another business, but when I found this, that's when you know I say like, okay, this is the one. But yeah, so my reasons, you know, is you know I was looking for more stability, more flexibility, the portability of a business, be able to be there for my family, my parents, you know, retire early and have that financial stability, you know, because nowadays, you know, it's very uncertain, you know, jobs and, you know, all the inflation that is going up. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so those are the reasons.
That's right. Thank you so very much. Thank you so very much for that answers. So to me, I think I've got many reasons why I started this business, but I can say that one of the important things was because I wanted something that will sustain me for the rest of my life. I wanted something that will sustain me for the rest of my life because it is not all jobs out there that sustain people. We have a lot of people who actually devoted all of their lives in working in public and doing one or two jobs. And at the end of the day, they go back to this job because what they've got on ground cannot sustain them. Imagine a 65 years old woman or man going back to work again. It doesn't make any sense. So I know I'm still very young, but I don't want to live a life of regrets. It is better for me to know now and work on it and start building my empire. And also I wanted to have more time for myself because the fact is there are so many things to do on this planet. But when you are tied down to a particular job, you'll be restricted. So I don't want to be that. I don't want to live my life in cycle. I don't want to live according to people's beliefs. I don't want to live according to the normal norms. Like, oh, it is normal for you to just do your 8 to 4 or your 9 to 4 and just get out. I don't want to live in that cycle. I joined the business because I wanted to retire early. Yes, nowadays we have people who are getting retired as early as 22 years old, 25, early 30s, 30 years, 35. It is so possible. So this business has got so many advantages. So that is why I plugged myself into the system. And since last year, I can tell you the fact that I'm grateful because I found this opportunity because it is a life-changing one. And the benefits, they are limitless. Only if you come in because our reasons are different. Another person might say something else because we have different reasons why we came into the business. So the fact is, no matter how big or small your reasons are, this business is a perfect one for you because you will gain a lot. There is nothing to lose. It is a zero risk free business. So I'm going to stop there because we've got some questions again. So our next question says, um, why do you think it is important to have a side hustle aside the monthly salaries from our daily grind? Why? Can you please tell our audience? Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Christiana. That's a very good question. Yes, nowadays, you
Okay.
know, relying on only one monthly salary is not enough. And the reason why I'm saying that is because, you know, there's job uncertainty. Okay, you don't know if you're going to be able to keep
Mm-hmm.
your job forever. Two, you know, we see all the raising costs, you know, because of the inflation. Um, and, you know, think about it, you know, like now we're getting this inflation. What do you think about, you know, as we keep going in the years, you know, it's going to be even more. And the thing is, like, many of the salaries are not keeping up with the inflation, you know. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so what is the possibility of the people to be able to afford, you know, to bring table for the food? They will have to have so many jobs. I mean, we already see so many people, you know, working from 2 to 4 jobs, you know, in order to be able to provide for their family. But what happened is
Mm-hmm.
that because of that, you know, that they're doing 2 to 4 jobs, they are neglecting their family, you know, the time that they spend with their family, especially if they have kids, you know. The kids needs to have their parents present. So yeah, so having side hustle is important because, you know, um, you will have, it will help you to relieve those financial stress, that things that will come up. For example, you know, um, right now, you know, the hurricane, you know, just happened, and so many people got
Mm-hmm.
affected there. If you have an extra side hustle, you know, it will allow you to at least, you know, have something to keep you going, you know. But you know, like if you rely only on your job, how are you going to do that, you know? Many of them, they lost their houses, and if they were paying mortgages, how they're going to do it? Yes, there's some help out there, but it might not be enough, you know. So you always, it's good to have a plan B, that will sustain you, you know, when uncertainties come, you know, because they can come in different ways, you know. Sometimes it could be your health, you know, you get too much stress at work, you know. And then stress is one of the killer diseases out there, because you don't see it until, you know, your body says, okay, it's enough. And then that's when your body reacts. So you don't want to get to that point, you know. You want to be able um, to have, you know, that side hustle that will help you, you know, to be able to provide for your family for any emergency, to be able to supplement the income that you have. So many people, you know, they start with this online business, you know, as a supplement to their income, and they were able to, you know, reduce those 4 jobs that they had to 3, and then 2, and then just 1 now. And for others, you know, like for example, like Christiana was mentioning, people who had retired early, they were able to, you know, that plan B became their plan A. So yeah, so it's important, you know, to have a side hustle in these days. You cannot rely on just one job, you know, it's not enough. Unfortunately, that's not enough. And thinking that, you know, your job is gonna be there forever, that also is not 100% anymore. Because, you know, a lot of businesses are cutting on expenses, so you are one of those expenses. Also, you know, some technologies are also replacing some jobs. So yeah, so there's job uncertainty. So better to, you know, to start thinking about having a plan B, to have that extra side of income, you know, to help you for any uncertainty that happen out there. Thank you, Christiana.
Okay, thank you so very much. That was so. It was a very long one. So I'm not going to say a lot, but I've got something to say. I'll only say that it is very important for you to have a side hustle, because if you don't have a side hustle, it is not safe for you. In fact, it is not safe for the sake of your own mental health. It is not safe, because you know that you've got all your eggs in one basket and anything can happen at any time. And also, don't forget the fact that there is no job security out there. God forbid, if everything happen at any time, they will just tell you to go, and that is all. So, do you want to just start all over again and start looking for a job? For how long? So, for the sake of your own mental health, it is not good to put all your life on a single source of income. So, that is all about that. Moving on to the next question, please. The next question says, what advice do you have for mothers across the world who are struggling with work and family life balance?
Thank you for the question. Yes. I would say to the moms
Welcome.
out there, you know, that it's, I know I understand, you know, it's a big struggle, you know, especially, you know, when you have to balance, you know, work and family balance. But it's feasible. It will take some adjustments, when you start to doing it, because you have to, well, one thing is, you have to communicate with your family. Okay. You have to
Mm-hmm.
communicate with your family that, when you're working, they have to understand that you are working. And when you're with
Mm-hmm.
them, that's the time that you're going to allocate to them. So you have to create those boundaries, between one and the other. Um, so I would say it's like a communication, kind of like a family teamwork, working together to be able to have that work and family balance. So if you explain that to your family, and they understand and they're on board, you are able to have a uh, better balance, between work and family life balance. Also, you can share your duties with your family. you know that will help, to be able not to have all the carry on yourself, and share it with your family. Um so that's what I would say to them. It is feasible. I know it will gonna take some adjustments at the beginning as you go, and some tweaks in there, be able to have it until you have a very work and family balance, and everyone, understand, okay, mom is already at work, so I will let her work. And then, okay, this is the time for me to spend with my mom. So if once you establish those balances and those boundaries, then, everything is going to be uh, like I said, balance, for the working family. So yeah, I would say to them to that is feasible. Yes, it will be a little bit of struggle at the beginning, but it's just communicating with your family. Getting to an understanding, setting those boundaries, and then you should be able to have that work and family life balance.
Thank you so very much for that answer. Thank you so much. That was so informative. So, moving on to the next question, please.
Mhm.
So, our last question, or my second to the last question says, now, after all have been said, if people want to join you, how can they join, or what is the mode of communication in which they can then use to get access to you? How can they reach you if they want to join the business? Please kindly tell our audience. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you, Christiana. Good question. Okay, so if
You're
anyone
welcome.
want to join us, and they want to know, a little bit more about the business that we do. So you have different ways that you can contact us. You can either, send us a message through the social media platform that you are doing, or you can also, register in our website. Um, with your name and email address, and we'll send you that information, to be able to watch, a webinar, complimentary webinar, where you will see our business plan. And also, you will hear some testimonial from members of our community that are doing the business. And in top of that, you also get an invitation to our private Facebook group, where you get more success stories from members of our community and more information about the business. So you can, once you watch, the webinar, you browse the private Facebook group. At that time, you can do your due diligence and ask questions. So whoever invite you to the webinar, or
Great.
to register on their website, yeah, you ask the questions, like the concerns that you have. And at that moment, you decide if you want to proceed to the next step, or if this business is not for you. But yeah, it does, you can communicate through message, send us a message. We also have a business email message. So if you want to send us on that one too, you can send it to that one too. So there's different ways that you can communicate with us. Or sometimes, you can also type on the comments, that you want more information. And at that moment, we will reply to your comment and give you the information. Thank you, sis.
Thank you to everyone who has taken their time to listen to us today. Thank you. Please do not hesitate to reach out to us if you want to know more about the business. Thank you so much once again, Sandy, for coming to my show. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you again. Thank you, everyone, and do have a lovely weekend. Sorry, is it weekend? No, and have a lovely evening. I
Thank you.
love
Thank you.
weekends. Never mind.
Yes, thank you so much, Christiana, for inviting me and for sharing here.
You're
Yes.
welcome.
Yeah,
You're welcome. All
yeah,
right.
Christiana
Thank
is
you.
7 p.m. and here is 11,
All
11:21
right. Bye
a.m.
bye. Okay.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you. Bye.